Wow. Hi guys, and welcome to the casting couch. Today we're gonna talk about the pump raffle because I have no fucking time at all to do anything. So it's been what, 3 weeks? I don't know, since I initiated some kind of pump raffle or initiate. I more or less talked about it, but people took it like I was launching it. I want to do a pump raffle and I want to make that cheap for you. 50 tickets and 40 euros a ticket. It has been quite interest actually, but I have not I've not had time to do anything, so I have to launch a video talking about that. The next video will be the launch of the pump raffle. But if you're interested, send me a message. Instagram, Ftune, Facebook, or my private Facebook. That's the 3 channels you can reach me. We can talk about different things like this. This is something that most of you have never seen in the wild. Maybe some photos on Google's or something like that. But normally you buy an injection pump and these are mounted inside your pump, so you never see them. This is, it has some kind of pumping action like this, and the tolerances is extremely good. This one is designed and developed and designed and produced by a very good friend of mine. This is one of the best pump elements on the market. It has some kind of, this is, so I know that you're watching this and you disagree with me. For me, this is the best. This is the best this old man has ever done. But he had a competitor out east, and that eastern competitor had a pump element very similar to this one, but it could produce more fuel at less rack travel and at less fuel pressure. So that is why the old man designed more of these other generations, but this is still the best. So so that's why I have it. It has some kind of engraving there. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera. Yeah, so it says 80LF. So this is the infamous Dieselmeken 80LF element. These are worth their weight in gold. If you want anything that is fast, this is what you use. Of course, the eastern competitor, also good friends of mine, have an amazing element as well. So I mean, we choose what we choose because of many different reasons. 90% of the guys are happy with this one, but 10% of you guys need the other one. That's just how it is. The other one you can run in low power applications as well, no issue at all, but this is very, very good. So this is a diesel pump element for the Bosch M pumps, designed and developed by my old good friend Dieselmeken in Sweden. So it was actually quite fun. Many times I was there, it was these paper drawings on the table and so on. It was fun, but it's 2 parts. One part that looks like this, and this is the plunger, and here's the barrel, and the barrel is only a machined piece with 2 holes in it, small one on the back side and a big one on the front side. So the fuel comes in here, the oil that lubricate the element come in there. Together this is a pump element, but as loose pieces there are plunger and barrel. And the tolerances is like you wouldn't believe. It's hard to move it. It's like a shock absorber without nothing. So if they made shock absorbers this tight, you wouldn't have problems with shooting your seals all the time. I'm saying that from experience with motorcycles. When you are doing this really great wheelie and some tractor or car or a stupid person just decide to cross your road, sometimes you have to just put your bike down, and yeah, that happens. So pump elements, very important. Something else that is important is the guy that built your pump, because you can buy these and you can put them in a pump, and that pump will be, if the pump builder is really good, no, really, one more really good, your pump will work. But that is it, So it needs some special skills to make this work, or not these, all pump elements that is not original, that you don't have a Bosch specific setting to set. It's very hard to make this work. However, this is fun, and I think it's fun for you because most people have never seen a pump element in the wild. They are not hard to get. You can all buy pump elements if you want, but from my knowledge it's only one company that sells a kit with this, so it's like super available, and that is bullshit. So I just calling you out, you fucker, because there are literally hundreds of pump shops around the world that has tried building pumps with larger elements. And this is pump shops with 30, 40, 50 years experience, and they can't do it. So, putting these in and getting them to work, yeah, we can train a chimpanzee to do that. But putting them in and having them work as intended, that is a totally different story. That's not gonna happen. And we have a couple of guys in Sweden, for example, that are doing it on their spare time, and there are one or two of those that are somewhat famous in Sweden, and they build very nice working pumps. They can, for example, get the full fuel quantity out of the 6mm elements and so on. So they know what they're doing. There are also a couple of guys in Finland that can build pumps, that also can make them decent. But the difference between a pump shop and these guys is that these guys have all the time they want, that costs them nothing, because they're not running a shop. They have a job, and they go home and they fiddle with a pump, and they have some old whatever, electric 3-phase motor turning their pump, or modified lathe, or whatever. They don't have a real test bench. They don't have nothing. They have just hacked shit up in the garage, and they just spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours because they are interested. And one day, ta-da! The hard work pay off. And the pump shop can't do that. You give them a pump, you give them 6 of these, and they're going to put them in, and they're going to try to calibrate it, and then they're going to say, fuck it. Because you can't spend $30,000 on them, yes, going and going and going and going and figuring this out. And this is why buying a build pump is expensive. Like, what? How can it be so expensive? How can I charge $1,000 or euros or whatever? Because they spent all these hours. That's just how it works, you know? So, I mean, building a car costs nothing. They build hundreds of cars an hour at a normal car factory. I mean, they just tank, finished. What? Why don't I have to pay $3,000 for a new car? Yeah, because there's a little bit of doing to get the machinery rolling, right? So this is what we have to think about. We want to save those few dollars and try to get it working, or we just spend the money and get something that works, right? I mean, it's not fucking rocket science. Just pay up. Just pay the fuck up. So go online and you go to Dieselmeken and you order a pump right now. Send Eric an email and order a pump right now. And tell him I told you so, because I fucking told you so. So we have to appreciate the people that putting in work to have it done. And I mean the small guys as well, but they are normally full with work and can't do anymore. And they have their niche and they have their group of people and so on. So I don't have to name them here, because I think they will appreciate not getting more customers. But this is the reality. Hours and hours and hours and hours of work. And you go and buy a fucking kit. You fucking cheap ass motherfucker. I mean, just fucking save up. If you don't have the money today, you will have it tomorrow. Just fucking save up and buy that pump. Because someone has designed this. And, you know, the guy didn't steal it. So we can think about where we put our money. In the pocket of the thief, or in the pocket of the guy that put the hours in, right? So that's my 5 cents for today. So don't be a cheap ass motherfucker, and don't make thieves rich. ATLF for the world. And Göran, you old fuck, I know you don't agree with me, because your ATLF4 is the best, but this is the best. So thank you from the casting couch. Next time we're gonna talk about pump raffle. So send me some fucking messages and tell me you want to have a pump raffle. Bye.